Welcome to the UDP broadcast, a podcast where a group of friends get together and discuss gaming related topics and offer both informed and uninformed opinions. I'm Luminary, and I'm accompanied today by my co hosts, the Nordic Cajun.
Now in 4 deep shade of red because of fishing.
Ah,
Somebody forgot their sunscreen.
I did.
You're not that much younger than I am. You were there with Boz Luhrmann's Wear Sunscreen, weren't you?
I
remember that.
was.
Wear sunscreen. The eternal barcode, I mean.
Hello, everybody. My name is Amy. I am on a podcast tonight. Hope you have a great time tonight and press the like, follow, subscribe, and all that fun stuff.
That was a lot.
That's all I got.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. Like, I didn't even have to do it.
I
And-
used to do that, and then I broke my voice, so that's going to kill me in the morning.
So, and then from the Emerald Dream, Raina, the crit chicken.
yeah. Don't forget to check the oil in your car and make sure that you're keeping up with maintenance, or else it's going to go skibbity bow bow bow. Yes. Yeah. Sorry. Daily- Daily reminder, or at least not even daily reminder, just a reminder in general. Take care of your shit, and it will last longer.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I'm glad you reminded me because I have an appointment for my vehicle Tuesday. But episode 39, before we start jumping into that, Amy has a special message.
I do. So, by watching ads, donating to the stream, or sending us bits, or subscribing, or anything like that, you are helping us donate 10% of all of our revenue to the Trevor Project. And the goal of the Trevor Project is to end suicide among gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgendered, and questioning young people. And just a quick reminder, this is an opinion show and does not reflect official company policies or views. In other words, we are poor as shit. Please don't sue us because you're not going to get anything from us.
Except maybe
On
an
with the
IOU.
show. I mean, they can have. I have pocket lint. You could sue me for pocket lint,
Pocket sand.
but you got to pay the court costs. I can't afford that.
what is the duty cost for that?
The what cost for what?
Well, the duty tax for that anyway, or whatever it's supposed to be.
For pocket lint?
Yeah, I mean you have to carry it with you for sure.
I don't
One
know.
whole dryer cycle.
Like, I don't know.
You broke the
never
Amy
thought
already.
of,
We
like-
just started. You already broke him. Good job.
Well,
Yeah. Anyways, brain.exe has crashed. On with the show.
Oof, size large. So let's kick this off with the elephant in the room that's been circulating around the news. A certain set of companies are able to merge now due to the FTC filing against them being.
Well, the FTC filed an emergency injunction. Microsoft replied in their defense saying, lol, lamau. Why did you wait 18 months to file this injunction, you dumb shits? And the court ruled in Microsoft's favor. Saying, yes, why did you wait 18 months before filing an injunction for this merger?
Procrastinators unite tomorrow.
They were waiting for the check to cash.
They wanted to see if it was going to bounce, if Bobby Kotick was going to waste it all somehow.
I don't know.
I
Yeah,
hope I honestly hope he gets fired. I
know.
really, really, really do.
Well, I don't know.
I want nothing but bad things for that man. He has done so much harm to so many people.
Indeed. There's a lot of stuff surrounding that. I know that a lot of the stuff that has been talked about across all the news syndicates is how it will affect the gaming market. And I mean, it's pretty much antitrust stuff. And that's what everybody's concerned with. Sony talking about a lot of that because of the console exclusives as it continues to release console exclusives for said software. But what are your thoughts on this whole thing anyway? I mean, it is Microsoft. And
Well, I mean, they did just announce that Xbox Game Pass was going up a couple bucks a month because lol.
I like the idea, and one of my managers at work, or one of my jobs actually, I should say, because I when do I ever get a day off aside from vacation? Haha.
Woohoo!
One of my managers was a big World of Warcraft fan, right? Like still is, plays Diablo, but uh, difference between WoW and Diablo is you can play Diablo on console, whereas WoW it's like, yo. So he's hoping that there's more options to be able to play WoW now that uh, Microsoft has kind of merged.
I think it's gonna be one giant shit show. Honestly, it's not gonna be good for the consumer. I very much agree with what Sony was claiming, that it's gonna be absolutely awful for the consumer. Because when you start, and we've all seen what happens when you consolidate that much market share into one company or into a very small pool of companies. The consumer gets fucked over, and that's really all that happens. And prices on everything go up. So I suspect Sony's going to have to raise their prices, which I don't understand. Like, if a company raises their prices, why do you raise your prices? Other than you don't want to play into the
It's
psychological
it's all
thing
it's
of
all
how,
like
like, what's that?
it's an e-dick measuring contest at that point. It's like, oh,
Yeah,
you move this big, I move this big. Oh, you do that, I'll double you. It's like the world's
so
worst game of poker.
well, yeah, and there's also one really, really fucked up thing about people. Humans are dumb as bricks. I'll just throw
Yeah,
that
we
out
are.
there.
Yeah.
We are absolutely stupid because somebody can make a very reliable, very robust product, but if it doesn't cost enough, people will think by nature it's cheap and therefore should be avoided at all costs. It's like, where do you get that idea? Like, if Microsoft, well, they've already announced Microsoft was increasing Game Pass, so realistically, uh, it would be in Sony's best interest to lower the cost for PlayStation.
And with that rhetoric, though, it's like, uh, you know, why is medicine so damn expensive? Oh, because if you lower the cost, then the medicine will seem less effective. Like what?
Yeah, and oh my God, that reminds me. Now it's been disputed, but I read a quote from a pharmaceutical executive years ago, attributed to this guy like 25 years ago ish, and basically said, "What the hell's the point of curing cancer? It stops revenue streams."
And that right there is like just health in
Yeah,
general, especially in
it's
America.
it's been disputed and claimed that it was taken out of context. I don't know
Oh,
how the
bullshit.
hell you
It's
would take
true.
that out. Well,
It's
that's the thing. Like,
exactly what it says.
well, and that's the funny thing. It's like you're saying this was taken out of context. What the fuck context was it? Like,
It was an entanglement.
yeah, like it just doesn't fucking make sense what you're saying. But yeah, that's the thing. Like, Sony should be lowering their prices because of this increase. I don't know if they will. Was no context. Yeah, exactly. That's why it was taken out of context, because the context didn't exist. Fuck.
To be
Like,
fair,
Sony
though,
should be lowering their prices.
to
What's
be
up?
fair, at
To be
least
fair.
Elon spent all the bill. How much did he spend on Twitter?
$44 billion, and it's already lost 2/3 of its value.
So imagine if he actually would have, asked for more money and got Blizzard instead.
Ugh,
Oh
well,
Exactly.
god.
WoW would have failed by now.
But we don't need
So
half of these servers. They could just all live on these 3.
Let's
Oh
just not let's,
no.
let's let's just not pay the bill. That's fine.
Yeah.
World of Server Downcraft
Call of
Yeah.
Duty.
We're gonna rate limit you to 6,000 updates per day
and
on
5
these.
FPS.
Yeah, on the servers, which means you literally cannot play the game because the client updates. It'll update 6,000 times in a period of hours. So yeah,
I
and by
repeat,
update I mean like you move your mouse 1 pixel, that redraws that 1 pixel. That's an update. So you move you move like 6 monitors in width or 5 monitors in width. You've already hit that 6,000 limit. Oh look, you can't play the game for the rest of the day. Fuck off.
Take a
it's
break.
like, no, we just have the
God damn it.
servers stuck at 5 FPS. This isn't a DDoS attack. This is your new reality.
Yeah,
And you're gonna like it.
Reject modernity, return to dial-up.
Pay a little bit extra, and then maybe you can go up to 35 FPS.
Ugh,
Well,
fuck that.
that's what we're getting to now anyway with the like cloud gaming and whatnot. I know that when I was messing around with xCloud when they released that for Game Pass, if you have Game Pass and if you ever use it on your computer, it'll say spinning up your Xbox instance. So it wraps everything up, and you get to play whatever game that is running on that particular instance for you, and uses all your cloud save information, so you can literally play anywhere, which is kind of cool on your phone, and everything. But that's one of the other arguments that's going on right now is in the cloud gaming space. Have any of you messed around with cloud gaming at all?
No.
No, it bothers me no end.
I mean, I think this
Negative.
doesn't like Steam have something similar to it, like a Steam Cloud or whatever.
Not quite. I don't think Steam has game streaming yet. I know that they've done some interesting stuff with game containerization, so that way you can play some of the older games because it runs in its own virtual machine.
Ah,
Yeah, and that's another topic that we're going to bring up here later. But yeah, no, like it's the problem, the intrinsic problem with cloud gaming, and it's always been a problem. I remember, what was it, 2007 ish? They were talking about a company called OnLive, which was offering game streaming. This is in the era of PlayStation 2 and the first Xbox. No, was it the first Xbox? Yeah, it was the first Xbox because Fable was coming out around that particular point. And they were promising that you could play console games on your PC. And mind you, broadband at that time, you're lucky to get like, what, 1.5 megabits per second at a reasonable price anywhere. And the biggest complaint was latency. It's input latency versus what you get for return. It's worse than what you get with HDMI if you ever see the HDMI offsets. It was terrible, especially for games that require you to have the highest FPS possible, which you could get, but your input lag is what's killing you because it's not taking you're not responding fast enough to the game, and that's where it failed for much of the population that loves first-person shooters. It was an absolute failure. There have been other companies along the same lines, and throughout the last decade, where they've tried to do the same thing. Can you guess how that ended?
Terribly.
It ended for the same reason: input latency. Just
More
latency in
input,
general.
Stephanie. More input.
Yeah. So the cloud gaming space is really niche, and I'm surprised that they were actually focusing on that aspect. Not saying it's not good, but it's not perfected, right? We're already sending information at the speed of light, and if the speed of light is too slow to play an FPS game, what does that tell you?
yeah. No, Senior Griffin.
Superman no here.
Oh no.
Little lemon pledge.
Console exclusives are, well, one of the things I'm happy to hear about is that the stance that was given in the news is that they want to end that type of.
It's
And
about time.
well, yeah, and if you look at some of the steps that were taken and that has been widely put out there, they have Play Anywhere. A lot of the titles that are first party are cross Play Anywhere. Like they're breaking down the walls of what console exclusive is, and very few things actually stay exclusive. But again, we're also talking about Sony. I know that one of the biggest concerns about doing anything with Sony is learning their hardware and squeezing out as much performance as you can out of their consoles whenever you're coding for it. Right? It's gotten easier nowadays, but yeah, no, it was terrible. Like if you ever go back in the annals of history and take it and listen to the developers talk about developing for the Wii, they had to learn a whole new language called Power something or other in order to do anything. It's pretty bad. The idea that there is fear there, the only fear that should ever be had is, and I'm going to abstract this out to Cajun Mart. Cajun has opened up his own little store. He sells crawfish, but then he decides, well, you know what? I've already got a store. What happens if I carry basic goods? And then from there, he's like, well, I'm carrying basic goods. Why don't I sell gas? Okay, well, now he's doing that and he's selling gas. Like, well, I have all this fuel. Why don't I just start a power company and import in other fuel things? Okay, so now he's the sitter of power. And he's like, okay, what if I
You're
use.
giving me way too much credit.
Well, what I'm saying is it starts escalating, and now you have the everything mart, right? You walk in, you could literally get everything. It's one entity that controls all the resources and is able to serve its consumers. Okay, so what problems does that have? And that's the problem that the FTC was trying to stop in this situation. I can't give my opinion if it's a good idea or a bad idea, but that example should tell you everything that you need to know.
I will always think it's a bad idea. I will never think this is in the best interest of the consumer.
Well,
It's like
there's never anything in the best interest of the consumer in this world. It's all about money.
when you said good idea, bad idea, the first thing I immediately thought was Animaniacs and the good idea, bad idea skit. Good idea. Light bulb
Enemy.
on. Bad idea.
But the next trial, in order to get this done, is the CWA in England, and there's no telling how long that's going to take. But the U.S., as far as that's concerned, with the appeal from the FTC, and it was just smacked down and laughed at, is going to happen. So, bite down on your pillows.
No, but
Yeah.
imagine if like a WoW subscription was incorporated in the that premium pass for $16.99 or whatever, and then that also opened up more games to you. Like you have the WoW subscription, then you have everything else at your disposal. So, like, hey, you want to try this game now? Want to test the waters? I could see that being a really good thing. Sorry.
Don't
No, you're right.
apologize. I mean, it's a very valid opinion.
Yes, it is a very valid opinion.
It's like $1 extra to play more games. Cool.
That would be see, wouldn't mind that so much is like if you got to keep the game.
Yeah.
But Xbox Game Pass and Sony's whatever the hell equivalent. I don't know. That stuff just always makes me feel like I'm just renting a game versus, owning a physical disc. Because a couple weeks ago, I was playing Soldier Fortune 2, which came out back in 2004, I think it was, 2006. And it still works, and I can still play it because I physically own the media.
Yeah.
Versus gaming service.
Yeah, well, there's also a fight going on about that right now, and it's from the video game historians. What was it? It was video game VGH. Blah, 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 blah. Come on, I have the name here somewhere. It literally just left my mind.
I can see
Video Game History Foundation, VGHF.
I can see where Imy's coming from too, because I still have. I think I mentioned this before. I still have not been able to play Bullet Time because Games Windows Live ceased to exist, so I cannot play that game ever.
Bulletstorm?
Yeah.
Huh?
Bulletstorm?
What did I say?
Bullet Time?
Yeah, that too.
You're thinking Max Payne.
Something like that. Or Matrix, depending on how you look at it.
Oh, yeah. But
Kung Fu.
But that's a big concern right now. Anyway, one of the things that the Video Game History Foundation is lobbying for the publishers is video game preservation, and they're targeting video games that were made before as historical artifacts. You ready? Made before 2010, because that was a milestone year where the dynamics of video games have changed. The biggest thing here is that they're trying to preserve the games and the experiences, and a lot of that stuff is out of print. And there's no way to actually play these games, which ties into what I was talking about earlier, which was containerized execution. If you ever go to the Internet Archive, they actually have a Internet Archive arcade which spins up a JavaScript operating virtual machine that runs the exact environment needed to play whatever game that they currently have on the archive.
Cross Country Canada.
Yeah.
Play it.
So, like Soldier of Fortune 2 for IME may work right now because he has the physical media, but a lot of the media out there doesn't work on modern operating systems anymore. Like
That is very, very true.
you can't get around it, and don't even get me started on DOS games. Like you can't go.
Oh,
Like
DOSBox.
when's the last time you saw a 3.5 floppy disk drive on your laptop or on your tower?
you mean
I
the
was gonna
save
say,
icon?
I didn't know if you were going to finish that and say 3.5-inch floppy drive, because floppy disks, I got a whole crate sitting right beside me.
Oh yeah, no, you can take those. You can put your drinks on them. Like they're quite useful.
No, he
It's
does
funny
have.
'cause-
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm?
No, it's
Oh
okay.
yeah, and I do have silicone floppy disk coasters, and she saw one, and she's like, "Is it okay to put a drink on there?" I'm like, "Floppa, floppa, floppa, floppa." I'm like,
How
"It's
many
a
discs
coaster."
do you have lying around? It sounds like
Hold on a
next to
sec.
the.
Hold on a sec. I can tell you.
Oh no.
Oh God,
I heard
that
the
thunk.
strain and the thud.
Wait, let me get my headphones back on. All right, quickly, we're gonna go through this. I have 3 cases.
I
That,
love
you
this
know, like
barcode.
floppy disks used to come in like a case of 25. I have
Oh.
3 of those.
Huh.
Let's see. I got Windows XP Pro ERD for Windows XP Home. What have we got here? We have Windows 2000 Emergency Restore Disk, Windows 98, Windows 98 Upgrade, boot disks, Windows 95 boot disk, 95 Upgrade boot disk, Red Hat boot disk, Debian disk erase, Slackware Live CFG. Oh yeah, that thing. I have an old
Oh, yeah, I have
Asus
one of those.
BIOS flasher or Word BIOS flasher as well.
I love this
I
barcode.
have I have a bunch of setup information files, which if you're old as me, you will remember that a CIF file is the precursor to the unattended XML file currently in use by the Windows systems. So I got tons of those DOS disk 1, 2, and 3 backups. I have Image Center disk 1 of 2. I have a blank one. Oh, wow. Okay, that's from an old company that I used to do support for.
This
Apparently
is
I have
all.
it
This is
used.
all a silent and like very unobvious ploy for him to show you his museum when he opens it over there in Canada. This is just some of the things in the
Oh,
first
she
exhibit.
already saw some of it. Like I've got
I'm talking
physical.
about. I'm talking about the viewers. She's already seen the sneak peek.
Unsolicited floppy
Floppy.
disk.
Yes.
Floppy pics, yes.
Yes.
Unsolicited dick
Disc pics.
No,
pics.
discs.
Disc
Discs.
pics. I'm trying to figure out a fun way to say disc, but it doesn't really work. You can't. It's not like my picture of Dick Cheney that I can just flop around on Twitter and be like, "Oh look, it's very unsolicited. Here's a dick pic."
That's
Well,
another floppy.
if you
I.
were more, if you were more French, the French say disc as dick.
No, I say
Hey
disc.
baby, would you like
Dicks.
to see
Saying
my
disc dur.
No, no.
Saying disc dur. If
Okay,
you're talking about hard
so
disk.
so one of the folks that I know and I was working support with, he is African French, so
Okay, so real French.
yeah, and I heard him talking, and
Quebecers everywhere want to murder me now.
Oh,
and I heard him say, "Yes, I need you to remove your dicks."
oh no.
And I about
Beautiful.
lost it. And mind you, with a more French accent, but
I need you to reveal your deeks.
but anyway, but yeah. So they're trying to.
Oh,
The Video Game History Foundation is trying to find a way to save a lot of what's left of the video games that are currently not that are currently out there and not being played, and because of all the copyright laws and whatnot. I believe it's the ESA, which is the lobbying force behind companies like Nintendo, Microsoft, and other publishers
That's
to
good.
protect their IPs. Right?
I would love to be able to play some of my old DOS games forever, but I understand that getting 16-bit and 8-bit support on a 64-bit OS is rather difficult and opens up a lot of security risks that are unnecessary at this day and age.
Well, licensing also becomes quite terrible too. If it's first party, you can do whatever you want. Nintendo's proved that with their virtual consoles.
But
Right.
there's also such things as abandonware where the companies have been bought and sold and gone under, and what do you do with that stuff? Nobody can claim it, so you can still play it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there's that. Unless somebody's just like, I bought the rights for 25 cents, so it's mine
Somebody
now.
And
did
look,
that
Damn
a
it.
number of years ago.
it's like, look, I wrote the contract here on this napkin.
No, somebody. Oh my god! It's gonna take me weeks to remember this, but I remember vaguely a number of years ago, probably about 20 years ago, somebody had bought. I want to say Jazz Jackrabbit, but I know it's not that. But they bought the rights to a game for dirt cheap. Somebody made a video on it or something, like a mod to it as an open source thing, and they sued for copyright infringement on a game that hadn't been used in like decades.
Oh, wow.
Humans.
Yeah, when can they just get yeeted off the planet, please?
We've been trying, apparently. We were going under the water, at least.
Well, I mean, that's got mixed implosive results.
Oh,
Hey, you know what? You're dumb enough to spend $250,000 to go down to the Titanic in a sausage. You deserve to get stepped on.
Hey, didn't you post up something on Twitter where it was just like Ocean Gate is suspended like everything?
yes.
Oh, yeah. Their website is now just a black screen.
As it should be.
It's as,
Yeah,
it's as
the
black
whole
as the abyss.
the whole website just imploded. I mean, it was funny because we did bring up Ocean Gate in terms of like car repairs at my job because this one mechanic was like trying to tell these two women, oh, get any kind of, any kind of tube, blah, 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 for such and so, this part or whatever, anything can fit. And I'm just like, I looked at the women, even when the guy was on the phone, I was like, no, you need the specific thing because one end might not properly fit and it could be, catastrophic results if, something fails on the car and we have you on the phone and now I'm a witness saying that you are asking her to get these parts. And I'm like, this isn't some Ocean Gates thing. We cut corners because you want to quickly get something done. I say go to the dealership, get your part, get the right part that fits, and make sure you're actually doing it in a safe way because you don't want what happened to Ocean Gate to happen to your customer.
I just imagine a Volvo imploding.
And he just shut the
Get
I was like, I might
wrecked,
not know a lot
nerd.
about car repairs and stuff like that, but I know a lot about safety, and that didn't seem safe. No, just get anything that's about the same. No, 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 no. Shut up. Don't go for anything that may fit. Get everything that does fit. That's what she said.
But yeah, honestly, I think my solution to the whole problem with the video games, though, is virtual machines. If you can containerize it, it doesn't really matter. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. If you containerize it and find a way to have save files accessed from that container, they're as good as gold. You can put whatever you want into it because it runs literally everything. Right now, I think it's all Linux anyway, except for some instances where I believe there's a Windows image on it, but it's Windows Server. Yeah. And it's real scaled down. It's very lightweight and quite portable. So if they could find that out, in a lot of the older games, you can probably fit 80,000 of them on a thumb drive now. So, or even better yet, they're so small, it'll just blip straight to your computer and you can play them, just like they do at the Internet Archive, except without the website.
Sorry for getting catty. I was just like,
No, don't apologize.
Too late to apologize.
God damn it.
I stopped before copyright ninjas came in.
No, they're already going to come here, and then I'm just going to have to slap them with a rotten tuna.
Slap them.
Yep.
oh, wait.
We have-
Oh.
What?
Oh, speaking of wee.
Oh, no.
Crit Chicken and I know we're getting way off topic, but it's the way we do our show here. Crit Chicken and I were watching, I think it was a ghost story thing on YouTube, and the guys had been like, these ghost chasing people had been at like some Spanish fort that was like back, it was last used like in the 1700s or whatever.
Yeah.
And they had a plaque on the ground of, what it was dedicated to. And I told her to pause it and back it up so we could look at the plaque, and it turns out my rough translation between French and Spanish, or sorry, Spanish to French to English, was not too far off. I'm really impressed
Hmm.
because French
Ranch.
and
French.
Spanish are very, very close in language construction as far as words and pronunciations go and context goes.
Mhm.
So I wasn't too far off. I was really happy with that.
Yeah.
Anyways, back with the show.
It's like
Random.
a hidden talent he didn't even know he had.
Achievement
Well,
unlocked.
I speak French, so it's kind of helpful because there was another documentary we watched, and they didn't have French to English narration or like voiceovers.
And he's like, I will be your translator. And I'm like, okay.
Do we
I
have,
got
any, do
most of it.
we have anything left to talk about with FTC or Video Game History Foundation?
No, I
no.
don't.
Okay.
I like the simultaneous meh.
Well, while we move on to the scrub who finally has a sentence for threats of violence against Bungie and its building for attacking one of their content or community managers because he posted a picture of what was it? It was like a African American artist, I believe, is what it was, wasn't it?
I thought it was the dude's home.
No, that's Rainbow Six. Yeah, we totally prepare for this every time, by the way.
Every
Absolutely.
single week. We never fly from the hip, ever.
Let's see here. As reported by game developer, the unnamed employee featured artwork from a black creator, Derek Hutchins, I believe is. I'm going to attempt to pronounce his middle name, or his nickname, Umayazi. As part of a spotlight on community members. In response, the player obtained the community manager's personal information and began a campaign of racist, stochastic terrorism towards them and their family, the court said. So, the community manager posted up something cool that was part of a promotion, black creator, and this Redwood Outback dude decided that, oh, well, I'm going to dox you and threaten you, your family, and your job.
Because what could go wrong?
Indeed. The end of that story was court ordered, I believe it was $380,000 in damages, $25,000 in statutory damages, $84,000 in attorney fees, and $200 in statutory attorney fees, bringing the total to like $489,200 USD.
Good.
Get
Fucking
wrecked,
loser.
scrub.
I would like to point at the Gret that says "fuck around and find out."
Well, there's a lot of that. And I'm glad that some of this is actually happening, with people taking things too far. Like you've seen it, like people attacking developers because the protagonist is the wrong sex, wrong color, wrong height, whatever it may be, to a series that doesn't exist. And it makes it interesting to see the outcome of all of that, because you go up against business. Business is going to win, especially if you're spewing hate. I mean, like, you want to know how petty this guy was, Cajun? Great.
Yeah, lay it on us. How petty was he?
He was ordering pizzas and having it sent to his house, cash on delivery.
Damn.
Yeah, old school hate. Like,
Wow.
Sounds like a right prick.
That sounds like someone who should have been swallowed.
yeah.
Or left in a sock.
Yeah. There's
That would also work.
I believe, what was it? Ubisoft also had an instance with a Rainbow Six player who swatted Ubisoft offices, and he got a sentence for that. And his sentence was, because they found him mentally unstable, was community service. What was it? Let's see here. Committed to representing. No, I have it right here. False claim that hostages were taken to Ubisoft Montreal office. That's close to you, Amy.
Sure.
Ish. What are the
Really?
ish?
Well, it's just
I
like
mean,
well, it's like saying El Paso is close to me. It's not. It's a
what you just described as saying New York is close to Florida.
Or Texas is close to Florida. Or no, Nevada.
Yeah, Nevada or California are close to Florida.
20-hour
That's
drive,
basically
by the
what you
way.
described.
Okay, well,
Like
I mean,
we're next door neighbors at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
oh
I'll
God,
just walk down the street to go back.
I had like all the sentencing stuff here, and it is gone.
Uh-oh. Oh well.
Well, the dude was just like, after all that, he was like, "Can you unban my account, please?" Because he has over
No.
$1,500 in cosmetics in the game.
That's what he's worried about? Shit.
My God. Can I just be that much of an ass that I can be like, I want my money back? Or I want my money's worth because I'm a loser? Like,
So,
God damn, dude.
here it is at the beginning of this article. Sentenced 3 years of community service for his crimes of swatting by making prank calls. So we got that covered. And also have to compensate victims, undergo treatment for mental health problem, and either work or undergo training. So, yeah, it's another case of fuck around and find out. Like,
Yeah.
you are not entitled to anything. It's actually written into all the EULAs and licensing agreements that you don't own the software. You are licensed
Yep.
to use their software, and that needs to be a distinction. And a lot of folks fight that too. It's like, I'd rather have the physical copy and own the game. You don't own the game.
Well,
Nope.
that's a really funny thing that you mentioned that, because that became a huge issue right around 1998, 99, 2000, 2001, somewhere in there. Actually, all of those years, basically. Because that's literally when people started realizing what was in an end user license agreement, where like you physically own the disc that it's printed on because that's yours. You physically bought that, but you don't own the software. You are licensed to use the software. You are permitted to use the software, but you don't own the software. You own the physical media that it's printed to and the box that it was shipped in, because back in the day, so kids, back in the
For
day,
those of you who don't know,
for those of you who don't know, back in the day, there was these things called boxes, and they contained cardboard among assorted other packaging material. Plus, they also included giant, like, huge posters and booklets called instruction manuals. Being really patronizing
that
to
was
young
that was
kids.
literally one of my favorite things about new games was getting that dead gum instruction manual and just either first reading it and secondly that new game and book smell. There's nothing like it in this world.
It's like ripping the plastic off or something. Actually, I just got reminded of another reason why I really, really, really don't like my ex-wife.
Because you
Wow,
had to rip
that's
the
full
plastic
circle.
off? How
No,
did-
Oh,
don't
oh, God.
understand. How did that
God
tie
damn.
in?
So it ties in. Here's how it ties in. I used to have, what was it? Warcraft 2 and Warcraft 2 Tides of Darkness in the original boxes, mint condition boxes, complete with the cardboard insert to make sure the box didn't crush in on itself. The original CDs, they're somewhere in my stack of media. And my ex-wife decided one day arbitrarily, well, I don't like your computer game boxes. I did all of my computer game boxes because they were amazing art on the boxes and shit. And she just arbitrarily was like, I didn't like your boxes, so I threw them all out.
Damn. I can
I,
see why there's the big X now.
I was gonna say I
mean,
wouldn't have
one
a
of
wife.
many reasons, but
Like there are
my
boundaries you don't cross with nerds. This is one of them.
Don't touch my shit.
exactly. Like if you're a vinyl collector, that's like someone taking all the sleeves and just burning them in front of you.
Yeah.
I was so mad.
Oh yeah. Well, once I started going digital, I stopped caring about all of that unless I wanted to like display it somewhere. And then it became the cost of, because for the longest time, I was couch surfing for a good 7 to 10 years. So I had to pack light, whatever could fit in my car. And carrying around the giant entertainment speaker system box full of all of my nerd I had collected over the years just was not tenable anymore at all.
No, in a situation like that, I totally understand that, because you really, really have to, you're limited by what you can take with you type thing when you're in that situation. But I was living a comfortable life. I had a collection of really cool shit, and she was like, nah, I don't like it anymore. You can get rid of it. I just got rid of it.
There's a whole lot of
Fuck
that.
you.
Yeah, again, there's boundaries you don't cross. I think I made it very.
Yeah, my mom can be like that too. Yeah, exactly. Like, I collect shit. Not so much anymore, but I mean, there's a lot of work that went into the art on those boxes. Or like in the StarCraft stuff, you had a whole, and the Warcraft, you had whole posters of all the tech trees. And I used to have the StarCraft boxes as well. Those got turfed as well.
I added to one of Amy's collection.
She has added many things to my collection. Which one are you talking about?
The posing Deadpool, like paint me one of your
Oh,
French
yes.
women
Yes,
pulls.
she got
Yeah.
me had the bobblehead thingies.
The Funko.
Yeah, Funko Pop.
And then I
Nice.
also got him the playing cards for the if we want to play Go Fish or something. I got him the Deadpool playing cards.
Yes. I just need to lose a little bit of weight, and then I can fit back into my Deadpool cosplay costume.
You have one too?
I have a I do. So I also have a cast resin MP4 submachine gun, and
Ooh.
it's got some really great art on it. Like on the one side by the barrel, it says, "Kill." What was it? Hold on, I can't even remember. Give me a sec.
Cajun, you're
was-
gonna have to go dig out the video of you at that convention in your Deadpool costume.
Oh God.
He was making fun of me too when I was handling that quote unquote gun
Now that I'm
thing.
back and have run across office. Sorry, off.
We have sent Amy further down memory lane with floppy disks and other stuff this episode.
How deep will the rabbit hole go? Tune in next week.
No, but I mean, what was the thing that you were saying as I was handling that prop gun? Because I was like, pew, 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 pew. And you're like, I could tell you've never handled a gun before. I'm like, I know.
Oh yeah, so she was holding onto the magazine like it was a foregrip. I mean, if you've never handled a weapon, you're instinctively going to look for extra stability on a gun. And so a lot of people just instinctively grab the next thing that will provide stability, and that happens to be the magazine. This thing has a foregrip. Its cast resin weighs about 15 pounds. On the one side, it has Deadpool's gun written on it with his little logo, and then right at the barrel it says "This end towards enemy," and on the other side it says "Kill Machine." I love it. It was a very, very, very well done prop.
That's hilarious. It must have been like looking at stock images with people doing tech stuff, like the one person holding the soldering iron by the hot part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? At least, yes.
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, you can't really criticize someone who's never handled a weapon before, because everybody makes that mistake. It's just I don't do what happened to people on my basic training, and any of us who did that because we got screamed at, because that'll cause jams.
Yeah, because if you had done that, the gun might have been thrown at you.
No, they just really.
I mean, from
scream at
crit.
you.
I mean, from crit, not from army.
No, they just scream at you, and then they tell you to get your hand off the fucking magazine. They never call you names, they just tell you to take your fucking hand off the fucking magazine and put your hand on the fucking handguard. God fucking damn it. I'm paraphrasing most of what was said. There was many other words that were included. Many. I mean, hell, I've used half of those words on a range before. Anyway.
I like adding to Imy's collection. I literally left a camera at his house too. I'm like, go take pictures.
Oh, jeez.
Go get your hobby back. Go get it back.
Oh, is Amy a photographer?
I used to, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, go take pictures. I want to see, like, well, maybe not on Elon's platform. Like, make Spout a little pretty.
See, I got the T7 Rebel, and you should have he was shooting pictures at the zoo like he was a kid in a candy store. I was like, oh. Oh.
I like pictures, they fun.
Oh, good.
Oh, he was happy.
Pictures make brain go brrr.
Yes. Yeah, Raina made me incredibly happy and just made it so much fun. I'm gonna be all gushy about her and, start having happy onion ninjas coming around here if I'm not careful.
Well, that's the thing though. It's like I want him to pursue things that he's passionate about, because if you live a life that's unfulfilled, you're going to be left with, I'm sorry if I'm like, veering
All right,
away.
this is a fun night. Go for it, girl.
I already ran to my stash of floppy disks and a prop submachine gun, you're fine.
But yeah, like he said in the past, like he said it's been about 10 years since he's actually dealt with a camera. So he was jealous of my camera that I got. And I was like, what do you mean my camera? It's our camera, but you can have fun with it, because you know more about cameras than I do. It's been 10 years since you've actually used one. So I implore you to, you know, revisit that passion again because it's experiencing life. It's taking pictures and making memories of the beauty of life. You don't want to go through life without, what is it?
Regret.
Yeah. So
No regrets.
if there's something that you want to do or if there's something that you're passionate about that won't hurt you and stuff like that, I fully encourage it. Like if you want to dance, take up dance, do it in your bedroom. For me, I could be like sexy and I know it, be like wiggle, 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 wiggle.
Yeah.
Who cares? You guys, you can't see me as I'm jiggling for justice like Homer Simpson. Have fun. Life is don't be serious all the time. Like I'm trying to like get that through Imy's head. Don't be serious all the time. You can be serious sometimes, but at some point you need to let things go, be
You gotta
happy and live.
make like
Oh, yeah.
Elsa and let it go.
Absolutely.
Oh,
That
Let
was
it
very well done.
go. Let it go.
All right. We don't need Disney in here either. We
Can't
don't,
take this
we
can't
don't
take this
mess with Mickey Mouse
bullshit
lawyers now.
anymore.
no Moki Mouse.
So,
No, the mouse lawyers are already kind of busy with it.
Yeah, they are.
It's hard not to be serious in life. Yeah, there's a time and a place to be serious. By the nature of my job, I'm mostly serious most days. I do finish a lot of my professional emails not finish, but I usually have like the word soon or should in my professional emails. And when I do, I usually have the trademark symbol right after it. Because this will be ready soon, trademark.
Hashtag soon.
Thank you, Blizzard.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm gonna start using hashtag. Like, I'll just write out hashtag soon in my emails now.
Put it in your email signature. Ha. Remember those?
Yeah. We're
Email
approaching
signatures, I love those.
the end of this thing. This has been a shitty news week, and that's probably the most interesting stuff. There's some other stuff inside the forum and news. If you watching out there want to go check it out. There's a lot of FTC stuff. A lot of it is, I think, the biggest thing I saw coming through right now was I can open up the news feed, and it's probably all Baldur's Gate 3.
Or streamers getting in trouble because it's the toxic gossip train.
Here's a FNAF article.
Dick.
Tears of the Kingdom and floppy flaming penises and Redfall is back in there. Like somebody wrote an article. Which outlet is this? I'm gonna hate them now. Dual Shockers. Which Redfall character should you choose? Well, if you read the previous articles over the last few months, none of them, because Redfall is garbage.
Garbage, one might say.
Yeah, so it's like, there's not a lot out there. Everything I've pulled out has been impactful to us as human beings, not necessarily us as gamers. So, but let's go ahead and kick this off. Cajun, what's going on this week?
We're gonna mix things up a little bit. It's not gonna be all shinies all the time this week. We're gonna do some art fight on Tuesday.
Snap, you're gonna draw some shinies.
I'm just waiting for that Pokemon Sleep to come out, man, so I can catch shinies in my sleep, dog. I can't wait. Let me tell you what.
I called it, because Amaranth can be online and get 20,000 viewers. There's gonna be some bitches out there to sleep on Twitch with Pokemon Sleep going in the background, catching shinies.
Absolutely. Like if I catch a shiny, y'all can. Now I'm not gonna go there. That's an OnlyFans crossover. We're not gonna do that.
Well, not unless you sleep on the couch.
Keeping the
But yeah,
doghouse.
we're gonna
Nord edition.
the Nord. No, we're gonna shit.
Hanging with Prue.
Hanging with Prue. We were outside just chilling. No, we're gonna do art fight on Tuesday. I haven't picked a quote unquote victim yet. I need to do that probably tomorrow. Wednesday, more jolly cooperation with El Lume. And for my my anime fans out there, I did the unthinkable. I caught up with One Piece.
Yay!
I'm officially caught up with all the episodes, except for the one that came out tonight. I get to watch that later. But I caught up with the other 1,068 of them.
Speaking of episodes, did you see the more recent What We Did in the Shadows?
Yep, we watched it Friday, and we are happy as can be.
Did you watch both episodes though?
Yes.
Ah.
The mole.
I got a target for your art fight if you want it.
Oh yeah, lay it on me.
Milk and honey.
It's over. Game over. Okay, we found our target. Good. Lock it in. And then Wednesday, Lumi and I are doing Jolly Cooperation if nothing else comes up. And then Thursday is a question mark. It's probably just going to end up being shiny hunting again because I just can't get away. I can't stay away from them. But I'm still angry, Lumi, about Thursday, though. Still angry. Y'all two, y'all missed it. I literally walked down a path and a shiny Dragonite appeared right before me in all of its green glory. I paused the game, freaked out, did a couple circles around the room because I was excited. I get back in the game. That bitch took a hard right, could not find him. Finally found his ass, but before I could touch him, he took off screen, despawned.
Monster has left the territory.
I was so angry. I was fuming.
So what do you do next time you see a shiny Dragonite?
Oh, I'm making a beeline for that ass. Not pausing nothing. Like, come here. Come.
It's like I got cocky. I fucked around and found out.
I didn't even get cocky. I paused the whole ass game because I freaked the balls out. I'd never ran into a wild shiny Dragonite before. I was gathering my thoughts. Like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. We just gotta go over here and we gotta encounter him, and he's gone.
I guess they said Dragonite. Good night.
And my people need me.
Dragonite and Cajun was dragon ass.
That's exactly what happened.
Dragon-esque. That's so bad.
I'm so sad. But yeah, that's the week. Onward to the barcode.
I mean, what type of humanitarian atrocities are you committing this week?
Everyone.
Ha!
Ooh. Okay. I see how that is.
If it's
World
an
is such a great
atrocity,
game.
I will be doing it. Generally speaking, I am harvesting organs. I've stopped queuing up tea to being made because I can make almost $1,100 off of a heart versus turning it into organic tea. So, you gotta pick and choose your battles, right?
Indeed.
Sometimes.
Still playing RimWorld, in other words.
Yeah,
No, I am an unsupervised Canadian, and if there's anything people have been realizing over the last few weeks on Twitter and TikTok and everything else, it's Canadians should never be unsupervised because bad things happened, and this place called Geneva ends up having conventions because of us. I don't know what it is, but Geneva loves their conventions after we've been around for some weird reason.
Oh, yeah.
But anyways, not that I'm horribly psychotic.
No, not at all.
No,
Cool.
of course not.
Awesome. When is your grand return to streaming other than every Saturday with us?
Every Saturday with you guys, because my voice is nearly dead right now. It'll be hurting tomorrow.
You do silent streams. You can do watch parties with Raina.
Aw.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could do that.
Well, that
Yeah.
leaves the crit chicken. Oh man, there was a few articles in about WoW hardcore where some dude like seriously trolled high level rating in hardcore.
Oh
But,
yeah.
How
They always
is-
do that, especially when you go to Black Rock Mountain and then people kite elites and then people go AFK. And that was always a big thing, especially when you get to a higher level and then you end up dying and then the guy's like, haha. And it's just, I'm not in hardcore right now. I'm actually in Wrath of the Lich King. I'm leveling as a holy paladin. I'm killing things, a lot of things, without dying. So, I mean, that's the AoE kills, and I'm just like, I can live forever and I can kill effectively is definitely different than how I was approaching things with, let's say, a resto shaman or a disc priest, where I was like, tab, one pull, go. Okay, next mob. No, I kill a lot as a holy paladin, and I'm like, yay.
the Holy Paladin was ridiculous back in Wrath of the Lich King, so yeah.
So I'm loving it. I'm like, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm killing things.
Good stuff. How's your
But
Diabloing going on?
yeah. Um, I I mean, I'm playing WoW, but uh,
That's just one way to look at it.
I mean, I logged into Diablo and I'm like, okay.
You have reached the full-time employment portion of the game loop.
It's like let me go back to Wrath of the Lich King because those were my peak years, and then Draenor was a nice one too, but
Yes.
we'll
I
eventually get
thoroughly
there.
enjoy Draenor.
Draenor was fun. So what is El Lume doing this week?
Well, it's been Art Month. We're 2 weeks in. I have finished up my deathmatch piece with Lumi the Tech Priest. So that's been posted up. I believe it's on Twitter. Hashtagged Paintwater Deathmatch. And I'm starting work on the gender bend of Cosmo. I'm going to call it Wanda.
It's gonna be fantastic.
Indeed.
Ah.
We chose a pose last stream, and I'm going to take that pose. I'm going to tune it to the gender bent Cosmo to be painting Cosmo on a easel. So we'll see what happens. Other than that, we've got Core Keeper with Cajun. He's already covered a lot of that. We have some exploring to do, Lucy.
Yeah, we do.
We already found the ocean. We need to find the other two biomes. And once we find the wilds, that's where we're going to be hanging out for a bit because that's the next step in our ore collection. But yeah, it's going to be art and fun and all kinds of good stuff. I've decided on a schedule. You'll see me Tuesday through Thursday and Saturday and Sunday. I'm taking Mondays and Wednesdays to myself to not push myself those days. So
Feel that on a spiritual level.
Dude. So got to take breaks here and there because I've been going hard in it for a while.
That's what. Oh.
Yeah, that's what it is. Well,
Lamau.
but I need to go ahead and cut this short. Anything else we want to say? Don't be a dick. Be awesome and take lots of pictures. Live life to your fullest.
Puppy.
Always thump the melons before you squeeze them. Whatever. I mean,
What about melons and squeezing them?
Something about checking avocados by pulling out the nubs. What?
Yeah, snubs.
So many jokes, so little time.
Oh, God.
All right. I am going to end the stream early, too. So once we're done here, it's good. So, chat, you guys have a good night, and I have to go see what's going on with my air conditioner.
Yay, air conditioning.
That sounds like not fun.
So this way, in the future, you can finally relax and chill out.
Indeed. I just received a message from my wife that it's getting hotter in the house, not cooler, and I'm here in the office where the air conditioner is working. So, gotta go. Everyone, have a, yes, woo, indeed. Have a great night.